welcome to another video viewers. Welcome to another exciting edition of past question review from the stables of Edubbey Dynamic Solutions Limited. Today we are going to October-November 2021 ICT question paper 1. In our previous editions, we've discussed 2023, we've looked at 2022, and we'll also look at 2020. So, let's get started. Question number 1 says, a computer consists of both hardware and software. A computer consists of both hardware and software. A, define the term hardware. Define the term hardware. That's question number 1. So what is hardware? Hardware is the physical component of the computer. So whenever you hear the word hardware, it means something that you can touch. The physical component of the computer. And where do we call the physical components? Those parts that you can what? That you can touch with your hands or you can see with your eyes. Those are the physical components. B, give 2 examples of internal hardware devices. Give 2 examples of what? Internal hardware devices. 1, we have processor. We have what? Processor. Oh, this is internal, not the outer hardware, internal. So we have processor and we also have motherboard. We can also have video or graphic cards as well as sound cards. All those are what? They are internal devices. Do we understand? All right, C. Define the term software. It's just the opposite of hardware. So when we say hardware are the physical components that we can touch, then what will be the definition of software? They are programs for controlling the operation of a computer. They are what? Programs for controlling the operation of a computer. Or you can also call a software the program for processing of electronic data. You can also call it what? Programs for processing of electronic data. If you don't want to say the programs for controlling the operation of a what? Of a computer. D. There are 2 types of software, system and application. Give 2 examples of what? Of applications software. So can you give me examples of what? Application softwares? Yes. We have word processing. Word processing. What else do we have? We have spreadsheets. We have what? Spreadsheets. Also, you can mention database. Is another what? Is another software. Likewise, you can mention presentation. So let's go to number 2. Question number 2 says, circle 2 jobs where there has been a decrease in employment as a direct result of the what? Of the introduction of computers. So out of these jobs now, which 2 are we going to say has what? Gotten a reduction due to the introduction of computers? All right, we have car production workers, because computer models are used to what? Robots are used in car production these days. Car production workers and what? And You said payroll workers. This can be done by what? By computers. All right? This can be done by what? By computers. So moving on now, let's go to question number 3. Question number 3 says, describe the two advantages of using a tablet computer rather than a what? A laptop computer. 1. Tablet computer tends to be faster to load. Tends to what? Tends to load faster than laptop. So we are to describe two advantages of what? Of using a tablet computer rather than a laptop computer. 1. Tends to what? Tends to load faster than computer operating system. So the operating system of a tablet loads faster than that of what? Than that of a computer. So a tablet loads what? Loads faster than a computer. 2. Don't generate as much heat. Tablets don't what? They don't generate as much heat as it is generated from what? Computer. They don't generate what? As much heat. You can also have lower power consumption. Therefore, batteries what? Last longer. Question number 4 says, tick whether the following advantages of analyzing a system refer to looking at existing paperwork, observation, or what? Or questionnaires. So these are the questions. These are the options that you need to look at. Looking at existing paperwork, observation, questionnaire. So this method gives the system analysts an overall view of the system. Is it looking at existing paperwork, observation, or what? Or questionnaire? We have to tick. What's the answer? Is observation. We tick this. 2. Individuals can remain anonymous. Individual can remain what? Anonymous. It is questionnaire, because when you give questionnaire out, you might not know who answers the questionnaire, so they remain anonymous. This method allows information to be collected that cannot be obtained from any other what? Any other method. It's looking at existing what? Paperwork. This method gives the quickest analysis of the data. It is what? Questionnaire. All right, do we get that? Okay, so moving forward now, we go to question number 5. Question 5 says, Tawara Tours has created a new online booking system to allow customers to book holidays. The system was written using modules. A. Describe how the new system could be tested prior to it becoming operational. How can we test it before it be what? Become operational? 1. Each module, each what? Module is tested separately. Each module is tested separately. 2. Modules are tested. Modules are what? Are tested by the programmers. Modules are tested by the programmers. Errors and problems are noted. Errors and what? And problems are noted. Also, improvements are made to the module. Improvements are made to the module. And 5, the module is resetted. Is resetted. Retested, not resetted. Retested. Retested. And 6, modules are combined and tested again. Modules are what? Are combined and tested again. All right, so these are the what? These are the methods to follow before the system what? Before the system becomes operational. All right. You can also have system is tested as a whole. System is tested to meet the user's requirements. All those are still part of the what? Part of the answers. 5B. Tawara tools used to book holidays using a manual booking system. This used a pen and paper to make the bookings. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of using what? Online booking systems rather than a manual booking system. So let's start from the advantages. One is that online booking prevents double booking. Prevents what? Double booking. 2, can be booked from any location. Can be booked from any location. 3, usually cheaper. Usually what? Usually cheaper. 4, no need to travel to the booking office. No what? No need to travel to the booking office. 5, or let's make it 4. Okay, let me just make advantages 5 and make disadvantages 4. Booking can be made 24/7. Booking can be made 24/7. That means whenever you have internet and you are online, either it is late at night or early in the morning, you can make your what? You can make your bookings online. Then let's look at the disadvantages now. Disadvantages of what? Of using online booking system rather than manual booking system. 1, more reliance on server or network. More what? Reliant on server or network. That means when the server or the network is not good, you will not be able to what? You will not be able to access their sites and make your booking. These are the disadvantages. Two, setting up is expensive. Setting up is what? Is expensive. Three, booking mistakes can be more easily made. Booking mistakes can be more easily made. And lastly, number four, if the system crashes during the booking may not be what? May not be made. If the system crashes during the booking, the booking may not be made. Question number 6 says, as a student, you often use a computer screen. This could be a screen on a desktop computer, a laptop computer, or even a smartphone. Evaluate your use of computer screens in terms of health risks and explain any strategies you use to minimize this what? This health risk. That means you are to look at what are those things that might cause health risk and what are the possible solutions. So let's look at the problem first. Problem. I avoid back and neck problems. I what? I avoid back and neck problem. Two, I avoid eye strain. Eye strain. Three, I avoid getting headaches. Getting what? Headaches. All right, all these are what? Are problems. Then what are the ways by which we can what? We can prevent these problems. One, make sure the top of the screen is at eye level. Make sure what? Make sure the top of the screen is at eye level. Your eye level. That's one strategy that can be used. Two, two, take regular breaks. Take what? Regular breaks. Three, use a screen filter. Use a screen filter. Four, improve the lighting in the room. The what? The lighting. the lighting in the what? In the room. And finally, have your eyes tested regularly. Regularly. All right. So let's see the next question. Question number 7. Bluetooth is a method of communication to connect devices together. Describe how a smartphone can use Bluetooth to connect to another device. So, when you want to use Bluetooth to connect to another device, what are the things? Smartphone sends data to its Bluetooth connector. You need to on your Bluetooth while sending something, or it will prompt you to put it on. Then the smartphone will send data to what? To its Bluetooth what? Connector. Yes, after that, data is converted to radio waves. Data is what? Converted to radio waves. Then the smartphone pairs to the other device if in range. The what? The smartphone pairs to the other device if in range. Then 4, send the radio wave to the other device. Send the what? The radio wave to the other device. All right. So these are ways by which smartphone make use of what? Make use of Bluetooth to send data. Do we understand? Do we understand? All right. So number 8 now. An organization and what? An organization uses the internet and an intranet. A. Explain how the purpose of the internet differs from the purpose of an intranet. How the purpose of the internet differs from the purpose of an intranet. And we know that internet is used is what? Is used to share and distribute information outside the organization. Why intranet? Why what? Intranet. is used within a company or organization, is used within an organization. All right, so that's one. Internet is used to share and distribute information outside the organization, while intranet is used what? Within an organization. That's one. Two, the internet. The internet is public, while intranet is what? Is private. That is, it is only those who the organization gives access that can make use of their what? Of their intranet. Three, the internet is used to send and receive emails. The what? The internet is used to what? To send and receive emails from outside, while intranet is used to send emails within the organization. Let's add one more, which is number 4. The internet facilitates collaboration with others. The internet facilitates what? Facilitates collaboration with others. Why what? Why the intranet is only used among the members of an organization. All right, so these are the what? These are the differences. These are the differences between what? Between the internet and the intranet. Do we get it? Do we get it? Okay. So, moving on to the next question now. Moving on to the next question. It says, employees in the organization are allowed to access the intranet using their smartphones. The employees are required to secure their smartphones using either facial recognition, passwords, or what? Or voice recognition. All right? So the question now says, tick whether the following statements refer to facial recognition, password, or what? Or voice recognition. All right, so let's quickly do that. This method cannot access the smartphone unintentionally. Which one is that? Is that facial, voice, or password? It's password. Because unintentionally, your what? Your voice can just talk and the system think you are trying to unlock the system. or your face just look at it. But the password, you can't enter it unintentionally. The accuracy of this method can be affected by noise. Which one is that? That's voice. If they are shouting close to where you are, it might not easily pick up your voice. The method requires the use of the smartphone's camera. Which one is that? You all know it is the facial recognition, right? That's where the camera needs to be used. That's where what? The camera needs to be used. All right. So the last one is this method could be compromised by shoulder shoving. What's that? That's the password. All right. So let's move on to the next question. The next question says, question number 9. Robots are used to spray paint cars in a car production company. A. Describe 2 other jobs that robots can perform in car production. 2 other jobs that what? That robots can perform in car production. 1. It can what? Fix windscreens. Fit what? Windscreens. 2. What else can it do again? It can fit the wheels. Fit the what? The wheels. It can also fill the what? Fit the engines. That's another work the robots can perform in car production. B. When the spray paint can is empty, it needs to be refilled. There is a sensor in the can which measures the amount of paint. Describe the use of the sensor and microprocessor in this what? In this application. So the depth of the paint is read by the sensor. That's how it monitors it. The what? The depth of the paint is read by the what? By the sensor. 2. The depth of paint. The what? The depth of paint is sent from the sensor to the ADC. To the what? To the ADC, or we call it microprocessor. 3. The digital data. The digital data from what? From the ADC is read by the microprocessor. By the what? Microprocessor. Then, lastly, the process is continuous. Process is what? Is continuous. That is, it will continue to do it over and over again. All right? So these are the what? These are the procedures for the sensor to monitor the depth or the paint inside the can. All right. 9C now. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the introduction of robots rather than employing humans to spray paint the what? The cars. That is, why do we need What are the advantages of woman spraying the car than robots? Or yes, and what are the disadvantages of robots spraying the car than what to woman? So let's start from the advantages now. Advantages of robots spraying it rather than woman spraying. They can work 24/7. They what? They can work 24/7. That means unlike woman, they don't get tired. Two, they are cheaper in the long run. Cheaper, cheaper in the long run. Three, higher productivity. Higher what? Productivity. And let me just add one. The finish is more consistent. The finish is what? Is more consistent. All right. So these are the what? These are the advantages. Then let's look at the what? Let's look at the disadvantages. One, expensive to purchase. Robots can be very expensive to purchase. Expensive to purchase. Two, skills can be lost. Skills can be what? Can be lost. Three, expensive to maintain. Expensive to what? To maintain. And lastly, expensive to start up. All right, so all these are the disadvantages of what? Of using robots over human being. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 10 says, explain the differences between a VLOOKUP function and a lookup function. The difference between what? A VLOOKUP function and a lookup function. So when we talk of lookup allows for what? Allows for horizontal, it allows for horizontal and vertical searching. It allows for horizontal and vertical searching, whereas VLOOKUP allows vertical searching only. It allows what? Vertical searching only. That is, it doesn't allow you to search horizontally. So when you want to search something horizontally, you won't be able to use a what? A V lookup. The V there stands for what? Vertical. Two, lookup does not require an index. Lookup does not what? Does not require an index. It only works It what? It only works it only works in rows or column. In rows or columns. While VLOOKUP requires an index value. Requires an index value. All right. Number three. Number three now. VLOOKUP let's continue to start with lookup. Lookup only works when the data is sorted. Lookup only works when the data is sorted. While VLOOKUP combines both sorted and unsorted. All right. So those are the what? Those are the differences between lookup and what? And VLOOKUP. All right. Do we understand? Okay, so let's move on to the next question. 10B. It says a spreadsheet contains a list of staff and the rooms they work at a school. This is the list. So what we are told to do is explain in detail what the formula in cell E2 does. Where is E2? This is E2. So what does this formula, what does it do? Simply, the formula looks up the value in D2, that is in the range A2 to A7, and return the corresponding value in the third column. That's simply what it does. Okay? The what? The formula looks up the value in D2 in what? In D2. In the range A2 to A7. It looks up A2 to A7 and return the what? And return the corresponding corresponding value in the third column. All right. So that's the explanation of what? Of this formula that is written in D2, where you have VLOOKUP D2, A2 to A7, 3. All right. So 2, Roman numeral 2 says, when certain room numbers are typed into cell D2, unexpected results appear in cell E2. Suggest improvement that could be made to ensure the correct result is displayed. What improvements can we make? You can say add what? False or add 0. Anyone you put to the what? To the formula. To the formula. Or you can say sort the range. Sort the what? The range into ascending order. Ascending order of what? Of column A. Of what? Column A. Add false or O to the formula, or sort the range into ascending order of column A. Column what? A. All right. So the next question is, a teacher in the school has created a spreadsheet to display whether a student has good timekeeping when arriving at lessons. He has produced a formula but thinks it could be improved. The formula is, this is the formula, if BA all down here. So this is what he's working on. Now, question C now says, write down the value that should appear in cell C4. Where is C4? This is C. This is 4. So what value should appear here where we have 17? 17 times late. What value should appear here? Very good. It is 4. 4. That's what should appear there. All right. So 10D now. 10D says the teacher has improved the formula and has typed in equal to VLOOKUP BA this. Explain the advantages of using this formula compared to the original one. So what are the advantages of using this formula when we compare it to the original one? Yes, it is quicker. It is what? Quicker to type in the formula. It is quicker to type in the what? The formula. 2, easier to spot mistakes. Easier to what? To spot mistakes. Then 3, easier to expand the range. Easier to what? To expand the range. And 4, takes up less storage space. Takes up less what? Less storage space. All right. So all these are the what? The advantages of this new formula over the previous formula. Then question number 11. Many young people play online games. One problem with online gaming is that it is easy to give out personal details accidentally. Some users create weak passwords, which could lead to their personal details being what? Being accessed. Name 2 pieces of personal data that could be accessed. Name what? 2 pieces of what? Personal data that could be accessed. One is what? Your email address, which you register with. Email address. 2 is what? Your DOB. What does DOB stands for? Thank you. Your date of birth. That's your what? Your DOB. Other things that can be accessed include what? Your phone number, your home address, your membership card number, your location data. All these can be what? Can be gotten from the site. B, write down 3 rules that should be applied when setting a strong password. Write down what? 3 rules that should be applied when setting a strong password. 1, password should not relate to personal details. Password should not what? Should not relate with personal details. That's 1. With personal details. 2, should be a long password. Should what? Should be a long password. And 3, not previously used passwords. Not what? Previously used passwords. That is, you don't use a password that you have used before. All right? So these are the what? The 3 things that you must consider when setting a what? When setting a strong password. All right? C now says, describe safety measures. Describe what? Safety measures that should be taken by gamers to ensure their data is safe other than using strong password. How can you make sure your data are safe other than using strong password? 1, use what? Use anti-spyware software. Use what? Anti-spyware. So you can use anti-spyware. 2, play the games within the firewall operational. Play what? Play the games with the firewall operational. With the firewall operational. 3, play only with authorized versions of game. Play only with authorized versions of games. And number 4, choose a username that does not reveal any personal information. Choose a username that does not reveal any personal information. Any what? Personal information. All right? So these are the steps you can take to ensure that you play safe. Afterwards, after you might have chosen a strong password. Let's add 2 more because your answer is 6. Be aware of what? Be aware of criminals. Be aware of what? Criminals buying or selling property. All right. Number 6, do not forget to delete your accounts when not playing again. Do not what? Do not forget to delete your accounts when you are not what? You are not playing again. So all these are ways by which you can ensure that you stay safe, even though you might think you have a what? A strong password. All right. So we move to question number 12. Question number 12 says, the use of social networking is a part of modern living. A. Define the term social networking. Social networking can be defined as a what? Social networking is a what? Is a dedicated website. Is a what? A dedicated website for connecting with people. For what? Connecting with people with similar interests. With what? Similar interests. That is when you are looking for people who you think are of the same belief or area where you have interest, then it is what? They are mostly found on what? On social networking websites. All right. So B says, describe the benefits of using social networking. Describe the what? The benefits of using social networking. 1. Communicating with friends and colleagues. With what? Friends and colleagues all over the world. 2. Instant communication. Instant communication. Instant communication. 3. Easy to find other people with common interests. Easy to what? To find other people with common interests. 4. Can be used more easily for analytics and market research. Can what? Can be used more easily for what? For analytics and market research. And market research. Then 6, let's add one more. Socialize with new friends. Socialize with what? With new friends. So these are what? These are benefits of using social networking. If you write 6, you are going to get your full marks. You can look for more. It is more than 6. What other benefits do you get from using what? Social networking websites. All right, we move to question number 13 now. Move to question number 13. Question 13 says, a student is working on a project on the word games. He has produced some information that, but has decided to produce a second layout, including a table. The original layout and the new layout are shown. This is the former one, 2021 World Games. This will be the 11th World Games, a major international multi-sport event for sports or disciplines within a sport that were not contested in the Olympic Games. So we have them here. Then this is the original layout. The question now says, explain step by step how the table was created without the text being entered by hand. Explain step by step how the table was created without the what? Without the text being entered by hand. So what's the first thing to do? You load the document. You what? Load the document. 2, you highlight the text. 3, you click insert table. Click insert table. 4, select convert text to table. Select convert text to what? To table. Click on 2 columns. Click on what? Click on 2 columns. Click separate by. Click separate by. Then finally, click OK. Then you are going to have that document in a table format. So these are the step-by-step procedure to be taken. All right. B now. The student checks the text he has written using a spell checker. Explain how a spell checker works. How does a spell checker works? It compares each typed word to what? Compares each typed word. Compares each typed word with its dictionary. With its what? With its dictionary. You know, the system always has a dictionary. So it tries to compare what? The words with its words. With the dictionary in the file, in the spell checker. All right? So, and it will underline those that are not correct and tell you probably another word that you can use in place of that word. C. Explain why the suggestion made by the spell checker do not always give the correct response. 1. Real names are not recognized. No, real names are not in the dictionary. so they won't be recognized. Real names are what? Are not recognized. 2, they may use the wrong dictionary. The what? They may use the wrong dictionary. All right, since it's 2 marks, you can just list 2 and you get your 2 marks. Others include, they do not learn from their mistakes unless added to the dictionary. That is, unless you add a new word to the dictionary doesn't just pick up new words on its own. Badly spelt words will not be what? Will not be recognized. All those are what? Are other ways of what? Of the dictionaries or spell checker not always getting the right answer. All right, so with this, we've come to the end of 2021 past year question. If you have enjoyed today's class, do well to join us in our next video, and you'll get a quicker notification if you subscribe to this page. Share with your friends and drop your comments on what you think you want us to discuss, or an area that you do not understand in those that we've solved previously, or another area that we've not looked at. So till I come again your way another time, I wish you a successful study time. Bye.